What if a whisper in a Persian court or a thunderous charge across frozen steppes ignited chains that bound billions across millennia? Empires weren't born from dusty decrees. They erupted from raw gambles, like a young conqueror betting his life on a single siege ladder or a queen smuggling silkworms in her headdress to shatter monopolies. Today, we count down the top 10 most transformative empires by sheer land swallowed, from the compact powerhouses that punched above their weight to the behemoths that blanketed the planet, unveiling vivid, lesser-known tales of betrayal, ingenuity, and hubris that redrew humanity's blueprint. Picture assassins disguised as monks, inventors smuggling forbidden fruits, or emperors who drowned in their own gold. By the close that world map on your wall, it'll feel alive with ghosts. Kicking off at number 10, the smallest of these titans. 10. The Roman Empire, a mere 5 million square kilometers at its Trajan-era peak, yet it etched concrete veins into eternity. Augustus whispered to his horse advisor, Incitatus, over state banquets, complete with purple-dyed oats and a marble stable, before auctioning the throne itself in 193 CE, when Didius Julianus forked over 25,000 sesterces per Praetorian Guard soldier, only to get the boot after 66 blood-soaked days. Their opus cementitium, laced with volcanic pozzolana, birthed the Pantheon's unreinforced dome, still whispering to visitors 1,900 years on. But here's a gut-punch anecdote. Emperor Elagabalus, at 14, staged mock sea battles in Rome's Colosseum, flooding it with water from distant aqueducts just to watch hippos and crocodiles devour dwarves in aquatic arenas, a frenzy of excess that ended when his own guards slit his throat in a privy. By 450 CE, Vandal pirates didn't storm the gates. They choked the 800,000 liters of daily olive oil imports, starving the eternal city from afar. Rome's fall wasn't swords. It was snapped supply lines, a lesson in how even unbreakable arches crumble when the pantry empties. Number 9. Alexander the Great's Macedonian Empire, sprawling 5.2 million square kilometers in a blink from Greece to India by 323 BCE, fueled by a 20-year rampage that left the known world gasping. At 20, he tamed Bucephalus, the black stallion no one could ride, by noticing it feared its shadow, mirroring the sun to calm it, then charged into Persia on its back, toppling Darius III in a hail of sarissas. He founded 70 cities named Alexandria, but the raw edge? In a fevered siege at Multan, shot through the lung with an arrow, he staggered on, whispering orders from a litter as his men breached walls slick with monsoon mud. Yet hubris haunted. Drunk on unmixed wine at a banquet, he hurled a spear through his foster brother Clytus's throat mid-toast for mocking Macedonian barbarians, then collapsed in sobs, clawing the earth in regret. His empire, vast as a heartbeat, shattered on his deathbed at 32, divided among bickering generals like a shattered vase. Alexander didn't build a realm. He ignited a blaze that scorched cultures from Egypt's libraries to India's philosophies, but at the cost of a fractured inheritance. Number 8. The Ottoman Empire, cresting at 5.2 million square kilometers under Suleiman, a 600-year straddle from Vienna's gates to Baghdad's bazaars. Mehmed II, barely 21, dragged ships overland on greased logs to outflank Constantinople's chains in 1453, then knelt in Hagia Sophia's dust, murmuring prayers as minarets rose over Byzantine ghosts. Janissaries, snatched Christian youths forged into fanatical slaves, toppled walls with hand-cranked bombards that hurled stones like thunderbolts. But vivid whispers of decay. In 1622, Sultan Osman II plotted to disband the corps after they mutinied. Disguised as a commoner, he slipped into barracks to gauge loyalties, only for a janissary to recognize his limp and strangle him in his tent, his body dumped naked in the streets, a severed head on a pike. Coffee houses, those steaming dens birthing 3,000 in Istanbul by 1700, brewed more than brew. Poets and plotters huddled over tiny cups, birthing manifestos that sultans torched in vain. Bands came and went, but the bitter bean caffeinated the empire's slow unravel. From Mehmed's cannon smoke to Suleiman's 3,000 love odes to Roxolana, the Ottomans wove east and west until the threads frayed in whispered cafes. Number 7. The Achaemenid Empire, Persia's colossus at 5.5 million square kilometers, the first to knit 3 continents with Cyrus's mercy. In 539 BCE, he toppled Babylon without a siege, gates flung open by awed priests, then penned the Cyrus Cylinder, clay-scrolling freedoms for Jews, freeing 40,000 exiles and bankrolling Jerusalem's temple with royal coffers, earning biblical nods as God's shepherd. Darius's royal road hummed with 111 relay posts, chariots swapping horses like hot batons for mail zipping 1,700 miles in 7 days. Vivid grit, Queen Atossa, Xerxes' mother, smuggled silkworms from China in hollow canes, spinning the first Persian threads and cracking Rome's silk monopoly centuries early. But fractures lurked. Satraps like the rebellious Megabyzos minted rebel coinage from mountain forges, their greed a slow poison Alexander later quaffed. For 220 years, Persian posts carried edicts in Aramaic cuneiform, blending Zoroastrian fires with Greek gyms until Greek spears at Gaugamela snuffed the flame. Cyrus didn't conquer lands, he chained hearts with kindness, a blueprint for empires yet to dream. Number 6. The Abbasid Caliphate, ballooning to 11.1 million square kilometers with Baghdad as its beating brain, a golden age where ink outshone iron. Harun al-Rashid gifted Charlemagne an elephant. Abul Abbas shipped overland from Baghdad in 802 CE, and a water clock that dropped brass balls hourly, terrorizing Frankish priests who smashed it, fearing sorcery. The House of Wisdom slurped Aristotle through Arabic lenses, birthing algebra from Al-Khwarizmi's quill, his algorithm name a digital ghost today. Capturing papermakers at Talas in 751 CE, they flooded markets with affordable scrolls. Suddenly, every scribe could hoard Homer, but the dagger's edge, Mamluk slaves, Turkic boys bought for dirhams and drilled into killers, turned on their masters. By 861, the anarchy at Samarra saw them garrote 4 caliphs in a decade, one dragged from his throne mid-prayer, throat slit in the mihrab's shadow. The caliphate splintered into vizier fiefdoms, yet its star charts guided Columbus, libraries seeding Europe's dawn 500 years hence. Abbasids didn't rule by sword alone. They conquered minds, one translated verse at a time. Number 5, the Spanish Empire, devouring 13.7 million square kilometers where the sun never set lest it miss a siesta, rivals sneered. Potosi's Cerro Rico spewed 150,000 tons of silver, 45% of global output. Indigenous miners, chained in devil-haunted depths, chewed coca leaves to chew through 16-hour shifts, their ghosts said to echo in the mountain's veins. Manila galleons, those Pacific behemoths, hauled silk porcelain for silver yearly, 250 voyages strong, while Aztec gold melted into Habsburg crowns. Vivid storm. In 1622, the Nuestra Señora de Atocha sank off Florida Keys, spilling 40 tons of treasure. Spanish divers, lashed to ropes in shark-crazed currents, hauled up emerald-encrusted crosses amid cannonballs. But rot rooted deep. Deforestation for oak fleets left Castile barren, importing Polish rye by 1700. The 1588 Armada's doom wasn't Drake's fireships alone, but worm-eaten hulls from rushed Basque yards, splintering in Biscay gales. Silver bought endless wars. Wars bled it dry, turning the globe's girdle into a noose of debt. Number 4. The Qing dynasty, China's imperial swansong at 14.7 million square kilometers, ruling 400 million under Manchu queues. Kangxi, the Kangxi emperor, devoured 30,000 memorials yearly, slashing replies in vermilion fury, once demoting a censor for a single ink blot, his brush a blade sharper than steel. Jesuit maps etched the Kangxi Atlas, outpacing Europe's fuzzy charts by a century. But the Q Edict, shave the forehead, braid the rest, ignited infernos. In 1645, women in Jiangnan wove hair into nooses for mass suicides rather than crop it, a crimson tide of defiance. The Taiping Rebellion, 1850-1864, drowned 20 to 30 million in blood. Hong Xiuquan, a failed scholar turned Jesus' brother, proclaimed a heavenly kingdom from Nanjing's walls, his followers brewing mushroom visions that toppled dynasties in fevered charges. Opium's haze reversed silver floods, 4 million hooked by 1839, chests heaving in limehouse dens. The Qing measured heaven's mandate in 60-year cycles. It snapped after 267 in a whimper of foreign boots at Beijing's gates. Number 3. The Russian Empire, ice-veined at 22.8 million square kilometers, gobbling land like Siberian winters, 55 square kilometers daily for 400 years. Ivan the Terrible, crowned Tsar in 1547 amid Novgorod's frozen bells, then in a vodka haze clubbed his pregnant daughter-in-law for immodest attire, sparking a staff-swing fury that felled his son, immortalized in Repin's canvas, blood pooling on fur rugs. Peter the Great dredged St. Petersburg from Neva marshes, 100,000 serfs perishing in the muck. He personally shaved boyars' beards with a saber, auctioning the clippings for modernity tax. The Trans-Siberian, a 25-year scar of rails laid by gulag ghosts in 60-degree blizzards, shrank Asia to weeks. Cossacks, wild riders, granted steppe deeds for raids, torched Polish villages in Zaporozhian fury. Serfdom's lash lingered. While Britain unshackled in 1833, Russia's 23 million toiled till 1861, their 1917 howls toppling the throne. Trains ferried troops, whispers rode faster, unraveling the bear from within. Number 2, the Mongol Empire, the 24 million square kilometer juggernaut, largest contiguous ever, forged in 90 years of hoofbeats from Pacific surf to Adriatic shores. Genghis Khan's Tumens thundered 100 miles daily on frozen rivers, yam posts relaying arrows of intelligence across 1,400 stations. A decree from Karakorum hit Baghdad in weeks. Decimal hordes scaled from family Arban to million-strong Ordus fear their forge. After Nishapur's fall in 1221, they pyramidalized 1.7 million skulls, a horizon of bone-to-cow survivors. Banned booze on campaign, death by horse-stomping for sots. Yet Genghis exempted shamans, Nestorians and imams from taxes, his yurts echoing multi-faith chants. A single golden paisa passport whisked Marco Polo's kin to Kublai's silk-draped halls. Vivid vengeance. When a Mongol envoy was boiled alive by Khwarezm Shah in 1218, Genghis razed cities methodically. Otra's governor's skull silvered into a chalice, sipped from in eternal spite. Pax Mongolica slashed tariffs, birthing Silk Road booms. The Black Death hitchhiked its roots, culling 50 million. Splintered into 4 jealous Khanates by DNA's decree, 1 in 200 men bear Genghis's mark. The empire didn't fade. It seeped into veins, a nomadic pulse in modern maps. 1. The British Empire, the 35.5 million square kilometer behemoth, quarter of Earth's land, sun-scorched from Canadian pines to Australian reefs. The East India Company, a corporate colossus with 260,000 troops, twice the Crown's, toppled Mughal thrones with ledgers sharper than bayonets, ruling 250 million by 1858 until sepoys, greased with pig and cow fat cartridges, ignited the 1857 blaze that charred Delhi's red forts. Tea tariffs armoured the fleet, £300 million imported yearly by 1900, balanced by opium arrows into China's veins, 2 wars' worth of ghost armies haunting poppy fields. Undersea cables crackled London to Bombay dispatches in 10 minutes by 1870, empire's nerves twitching at light speed. Vivid fracture. Gandhi's 1930 Salt March saw 78 souls trudge 240 miles to Dandy's waves, boiling seawater in defiance of monopolies, 60,000 arrested in the swell, his frail frame lashed yet unbroken, unraveling Raj threads one grain at a time. From Clive's Plassey plunder to Victoria's diamond jubilees, Britain didn't seize soil. It stitched a web of wants. Cotton mills, spinning Indian looms, cables humming imperial hymns, until the weave wore thin, granting independence in empire's afterglow. These top 10, scaled from Roman grit to British grasp, didn't just claim dirt, they carved codes into our code, from aqueduct arches to algorithm echoes. If this globe-spanning saga sparked your wanderlust, like, subscribe, and name the empire you'd time travel to below. Thanks for watching.